One of the things we've been hearing about so much lately is ransomware, like CryptoLocker, for instance, that will infect a computer, it will encrypt the data on the hard drive, and you have to pay £200, say, to get that data back. And have we been seeing ransomware shifting onto mobile devices recently?
Well, the McAfee 2014 predictions, we've definitely made a prediction that we anticipate to see ransomware attacks targeting the mobile platform. So, what we've seen with regards to the PC environment has been replicated in the mobile environment. We certainly anticipate the same for ransomware as well.
Really? So what can we do about that going into the future?
Well, again, it's, if you're infected with CryptoLocker, or, if your data has been encrypted, and you don't have a backup of that data, then of course, what are you going to do? It's far too late. So, simple things like, cyber hygiene, I would call it. Make backups of your data. Don't install apps that you don't know or you don't trust. Don't click onto things. I mean, I think just really common sense. I would argue here. When we start to talk about security and privacy, security and privacy affects every platform. Every single platform, whether it's an iOS device, whether it's an Android device. So, the applications that you're installing may be capturing or gathering data and maybe sending it to third parties. And that threat's kind of irrelevant whether it's Android or whether it's iOS.
Sure. So is the greater threat from apps that are malicious and that are trying to infect us and steal our data, or are they from apps that are simply overreaching their remit?
Yeah, that's a funny question. So I had this debate with someone recently, and we were talking about the evolution of malware. In fact, Mikko Hyppinen and I just wrote a joint blog on this recently. And one of the things I was discussing was, I said, well, where is malware going to go? Because if I'm a malware writer, am I going to spend my time developing say something like Flame, right? It was one of the most advanced pieces of malware that we've seen. Am I going to go out and develop something like that, try to infect somebody, and then, possibly, face arrest months, weeks, years later down the line? Or would I just simply develop an app, put it on the App Store, tell people what I'm going to do, and get paid for it?
Just hide it in the small print.
Well, you don't even need to hide it in the small print, because it's remarkable the number of people that don't look at the types of permissions that they're giving away. It's just too easy just to click install, just too easy to click go. So, and that's one of the things that Android does really well, which is, when you go to install an app, it does tell you what the permissions are. So, I guess, if I'm a nefarious individual looking to gather wealth of data, why wouldn't I just write an app, hopefully get people to go in and install it, and then just gather the data and get paid for the privilege?